저기 고운사와 어떻게 인연이 되었는지.
So he wanted to make some short the story. So his first question is, how do you come to know to Gounsa temple?
I'd heard about 템플스테이 from a friend, and I wanted to go and visit 태백산, and I found the nearest temple to 태백산. Okay.
그래서 친구들로부터 이 고운사 템플스테이가 있다는 것을 들었고, 태백산을 이제 그 등산을 하려고 했는데 태백산 쪽에 가까운 절인 것 같아서 고운사를 택했다.
처음에 고운사 왔을 때 어떤 느낌이 드셨는지.
What was first impression when you arrived in 고운사?
I thought it was very beautiful. When I walked along the drive, the autumn leaves, I felt it was very, very peaceful. And then to come around the corner and see the temple beneath the mountain, I just felt, it was very, very peaceful.
처음에 저 일지면 쪽에서 이제 내렸을 때 그때 아주 아름다운 전경을 보았고, 그 다음에 안으로 걸어 들어오면 올수록 평화로운 것을 느꼈고, 그 평화의 끝에 다시 또 산이 이렇게 쭉 펼쳐져 있는 것을 보고 아름답게 느꼈다.
본인 소개 좀.
So introduce yourself.
어떤
To
일을.
the camera or to you?
본인 그 어떤 일을 하고 있는지, 무엇 때문에 한국에 왔는지 본인에 대한 소개를.
So how and why did you come to Korea, and then what do you do?
Okay, I'm a musician and I came to Korea to work with other musicians in Seoul, to write songs with them and to perform with them. And I did that. I enjoyed it, and I had some time to travel and discover Korea.
Were they Korean or other foreigners?
They were all Korean.
Or Korean. 이제 영국에서 이쪽으로 오게 된 것은 서울에 다른 그 음악인들하고 같이 곡을 하나 만들어서 그것을 연주하기로 했는데, 그러니까 그것을 다 끝내고 나서 나머지 시간 동안 이렇게 이제 여행을 하려고 생각을 했다.
두 번째로 그 고운사에 와가지고 체험을 행자 체험을 하려고 했었던 그 생각은 뭐 어떤 마음으로 오셨는지.
When you come to second time to 고운사, that was for the time to become a monk short period. So what was the mental state on that time?
Of the time? Well, I was excited to see what this would be like. I was a bit nervous as well, because it's very different to the life I'm used to. And I'd been traveling for a long time. So being in one place and not moving, I was excited for as well.
처음에 짧은 기간 동안 승려가 된다고 했을 때 굉장히 기대도 되고 흥분도 됐지만, 또 전혀 해보지 않았던 삶이기 때문에 염려도 되기도 했었다.
이렇게 참선을 하고 새벽 예보를 하고 며칠간 계속 해본 느낌이 어떠신지.
So during this stay, your stay in 고운사, every day you had to go to the the Buddha hall early in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you practice meditation. Overall, what was your impression on that?
Wow, I loved going to the Buddha hall every morning. That was that's always my favorite time of the day. And I think that's obviously something that's very different for me, getting up so early and going. But I really enjoyed that. And I can see by doing that regularly, your mind can get in a very strong place. The meditation is something that I've really enjoyed. Hasn't been easy, but it's so important for one's mental health. So I've not found it easy, but I've really enjoyed it.
매일 아침 새벽녘을 가는 것은 하루 일과 중에서 가장 기대되는 시간이고 가장 즐거운 시간인데 지금까지 이제 그런 식으로 생활해보지 못했었고 두 번째로 그 명상 수행을 하는 것은 처음에 마음을 들여다보는 것이 쉽지는 않았고 마음을 오온으로 그리고 네 가지의 상태로 수상행식으로 있는 그대로 살펴보는 것이 이제 하면 할수록 점점 명료해지면서 마음의 평화를 얻게 됐고 마음의 힘을 얻게 되었다고 합니다.
처음에 머리를 깎았을 때 그때의 감정과 느낌이 어땠었는지 걱정은 안 됐는지.
The first time when you cut your hair, how was your mind? Whether you were worried, whether you were...
I was petrified. I was really scared. I was downstairs in my room waiting for you to call me to say, can I get your haircut? And I felt like I was on death row or something. But I didn't know what was going to happen. And when I was doing it, it was a very powerful experience with the chanting, and it was quite painful sometimes, but I felt amazing afterwards, and have felt amazing since. So
가장 인생에서 두려운 사건 중에 하나였었고 하루 동안 그것을 생각하고 그 시간을 기다리는 동안 공포에 떨고 있었는데 그러나 머리를 깎아 보니까 가장 그 인상에 남는 멋진 하루였던 것 같아요.
그러면은 그 사건이 인생에 가장 그 추억이 될 멋진 장면 중에 하나가 될 것인가요?
Could it be one of the most impressive and important moments in your life?
without a doubt.
전혀 두 번 생각할 것도 없이 가장 그 강렬한 사건입니다.
지내면서 어느 쪽으로는 전혀 그 어려움이 없는지.
대화하는데.
예. 생활하고.
Were you having any difficulty while conveying your what you want to say? And were there any difficulty for a conversation?
With you or with everybody?
Could be me or others.
Okay, with you, it's been very, very good, very straightforward. Though we've talked about complicated things, you know, but it's always been clear. With other people, it's been, language has been a problem, but communication hasn't. And always, although there's been a language barrier, I found understanding with everybody, all the monks, all the ladies in the dinner hall, with John Juan, you know. So it's been really heartwarming that even though we don't speak the same language, I think we understand each other. And it's also been very funny. Miscommunication.
물론 이제 나하고는 명확하게 의사가 소통되었지만 다른 사람하고는 그 언어로 분명하게 소통되진 않았지만 그러나 여러 가지의 눈치로서 그 다른 방법을 통해서 무엇을 말하려고 하는지 어느 정도 이해를 할 수가 있었다.
스님들과 이렇게 오랫동안 생활해 본 느낌이 어떤지.
So it could be the first time living with so many monks.
Yes.
Yeah, what was the impression?
I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. I think what's really interesting for me is that when everybody wears the same clothes and everybody does the same thing, their character, their personality is more visible. And that's ironic because you think, well, if you're allowed to wear your own clothes and you do what you want, your character comes out. But no, I can tell by someone walking 100 meters away. Oh, that's Dong-U, just by the way he walks. You know, or when we're all together eating, everybody has their own way of eating and has their place. So I felt it, I really enjoyed it. I think there's so much humanity, you know. So many individuals making the whole.
유럽에서는 자기의 개성을 드러나기 위해서는 다른 옷과 그 다음에 다른 머리카락으로 그것의 개성을 드러내는데 여기에서는 모든 사람이 승려들이 같은 옷을 입고 같은 머리를 하고 있어서 개성이 안 드러날 것 같은데 오히려 더 명확하게 드러나는 것을 볼 수가 있다.
그 참선을 명상을 하면서 이렇게 뭐 많은 진전이 있었는지 여기 지내면서.
So his question is regarding meditation. What were the progress in meditation?
I think the main thing was being able to observe my own mind rather than it being invisible and just happening to me. To see what it does. And learning that in order to see something, you have to slow down to see it. Yeah, that would be my main.
물론 지금은 얘기하지 않았지만 과거에 얘기했던 것 같이 합쳐서 얘기하면 처음에 그 등산을 오랫동안 하려고 했던 이유는 마음속에 번뇌와 근심이 있어서 등산을 오래 하려고 했는데 빠른 걸음으로 그 번뇌를 없애려고 했지만 다스려지지 않았는데 지금은 명상을 함으로써 자기 자신을 천천히 하면서 그럼 자기 마음속에 일어나는 모든 생각을 뚜렷이 보고 뚜렷이 보았기 때문에 생각에 끌려가지 않고 마음이 고요해지는 것을 체험하게 된다.
다시 한국에 온다면 여기 와서 다시 수행을 할 마음이 있는지.
So, if you go back to your country, would you like to come back and practice meditation? Or would you like to become a monk and practice meditation?
Well, I will definitely continue to practice meditation wherever I am, in my country or another country. And you tell me if you think I could be a monk.
명상에 대해서는 자기는 죽는 날까지 계속해서 명상을 수행을 할 것인데 내가 멍크가 승려가 되는 게 적합한지는 나보고 결정을 해달라.
가장 여기에 머물면서 기억에 남을 일들이 있다면 어떤 게?
So, what was the most impressive moment in this country?
Most impressive moment.
Incident.
Incident. There've been so many. Visually, when it was snowing the other day, it was so beautiful. I couldn't believe it. I was practicing my 야불문.
You mean in Dhamma Buddha Hall?
When I was in my room.
In your room?
Yeah, and I had my eyes closed and I was... And I opened them and suddenly it was snowing. And it was absolutely beautiful and I was on my own. And that was one thing. I mean, every morning in the service, when we all chant together, you know, I find that incredible. I don't know if there's been one moment.
Okay, that is okay.
Yeah.
어제 그저께 첫눈이 올 때 본인은 눈이 오는지도 모르고 칠정례를 지신기명례 하면서요 연습을 하고 있었는데 갑자기 눈을 떠서 흰 눈이 소복소복 쌓이는 것을 봤을 때 그 아름다움, 그게 가장 강렬한 인상.
I felt
We had a little bit different view about the conception and the desire.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so now it is clear or still same?
Yeah, it's clear. What I think when I reflected on it was that in fact what we both think is a lot closer than how it appeared yesterday. I think there was a misunderstanding
Yes.
rather than two different points of view. On reflection, my way of meditating really I feel was close to what you were suggesting. Whether I call it desire or thinking, whenever it comes, I label it and it goes.
So in the beginning I have explained there are two birds. One bird is eating, one bird is watching overeating other bird. So this bird, the watching bird, shouldn't go or penetrate to the other bird. Then it will kill. Just need to watch. Likewise, when they're thinking, don't involve in thinking. Just watch it. Become a watchman. When as a watchman, when you see the fighting of family, don't go and interfere whether you fight or not. Fight or fighting is good or bad. Don't interfere. Just watch it as a watchman while they speak. So don't involve into that. That's very important. Once you involve, you will become a part of it.
I understand that. And I do. I do have a question about that though. When I label, when I categorize, sometimes it feels very close to thinking.
That's what I worried about that.
And it's getting further. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when I first started meditating in this way, it was very close. My mind was very active. It was good in a way because it was active. All the distracting thoughts weren't there. It was just going hat, scarf, tea, glass, hat, foot. So it was very active, but it wasn't distracting. I was very much in the moment, but I was still thinking. Right, you'd say that was still thinking, would you? But as I began to practice more, after 2 or 3 days, I wasn't thinking foot, knee hurts, neck hurts. It was just going, and the thought would come, and I'd have to label the thought. But the longer I did that, the less I was labeling it, and it would come and then go. So, does that make sense?
Oh yeah. 그래서 in what you think.
Yeah. And in fact, that almost seems to be a very important thing.
Say again.
Because I lost some confidence in what I was doing. The fact that I lost the confidence seems quite important.
Important what?
To how successfully I can meditate. Which is interesting.
So you lost confidence, and that you believe make successful your meditation.
No, made it harder.
Make harder.
It made it harder to squash the defensive thoughts that came up. You know. So the defensive thoughts would come up more often, and it was harder to push them down. They would be louder.
What kind of defensive thoughts?
Oh, defensive thought like, I'm sure I'm meditating in the right way. But following the conversation, it seems like I wasn't. So what do I need to do differently? What can I try harder to do?
That is also kind of thinking.
Yeah.
So this is you need to observe. This is thinking. This is play of mind. No, what you are thinking is not at all important.
No.
What you see is important. You have to see directly, not through the mediator. That mediator is liar, and then he's always finding out how to cheat you, how to deceive you. Don't trust the thinking. It is your enemy. So remove this thinking. You have to see the object directly. You have to see directly without concept. So just aware. Oh, this is thinking. Oh, I'm thinking this, thinking that. And then allow them to separate. Allow them to live. they will think that there's no more to eat from you, no more gain from you, so they will fed up and then run away. So wait and allow that time.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because during the meditation, sometime because of meditation, ego become more stronger. That will create another bigger problem. Do you understand?
Completely.
Yeah, because of that, there must be the master who can say no.
That's why practice is so important. And my practice isn't strong enough at the moment. When I get the negative emotion that causes the thought, because I know the thought is just.
이거를 설명할 필요가 있을까?
예, 그럼 이거는 뭐
지금 이제 이 사람이 뭐라고 했냐면은 계속해서 수행이 잘 되다가 어제 내가 그 했던 것이 정확한 수행이 아니라고 하면서 어제부터 오늘까지 수행이 안 됐대요.
예.
그 이유가 뭐냐면은 지금까지 자기는 잘한다라고 그렇게 믿고 있었는데
예.
그게 아니라고 하니까 자기의 그 공부하는 것에 대한 확신이 떨어지니까 집중이 안 된다고 그렇게 해서 내가 뭐라고 대답을 해줬냐면은 무엇을 생각하는 것은 아무것도 중요하지 않다. 생각은 생각이고 생각은 자기 자신을 속이는 것이기 때문에 그 생각으로 잘 된다고 못 된다고 생각하는 것은 중요하고 생각은 생각일 뿐이라고 알아차리는 게 중요하다. 그렇게 됐을 때 생각이 자기 자신에게서 떨어져 나가고 자기의 마음의 눈으로 직접 본 것만이 확실한 것이다. 이때 만약에 중간에 수행을 가르쳐준 사람이 아니라고 하는 체험을 하지 못하면 나중에 에고가 강해져서 수행을 않는 것보다 더 안 좋은 사람이 될 수도 있다.
예.
그건 본인이 그것은 충분히 이해를 하겠다.